Oh, hello there! In my latest poll, 42% of you said that the most wholesome nation in Scandinavia is Gotland. Not Gotland, Gotland, the greatest of all time nation. And only 30% of you in the other poll said that you tried a pirate gameplay. Isn't that a perfect combination? Gotland and pirate, because of these national ideas? Of course it is. So fasten your seatbelts and enjoy this video. First things first, let me go to Goinge with my main stack, because this is where the rebels will move. Delete the rebels, Denmark will not need those when defending in our independence war. Then we'll take all of the loans, because in day 1 of the game we can take more loans than after the month tick, and we won't spend all of the resources of this country on building up our beautiful Gotland. This money I used to recruit level 3 advisors, or stability cost definitely, in order to generate as much mana as possible. We need to also make sure to make Sweden and Holstein loyal. This is important because of a simple reason. I can't release them right now because they will declare the war on Denmark when I'll be still their vassal. So what I'm gonna do, I'll release them the same moment I'll release myself as Gotland, so they have the truce. I'll make the Holstein loyal, so they will not break free from Denmark and fight them. Take mana for all 3 estates to maximize the generation, and also a couple of privileges for the burghers, because we want to get them over 60 loyalty to get the cheaper deving. It's actually interesting, but the nation that you're releasing as your vassal is gonna take over your stability, so we want to boost it ideally to 3 before releasing, because we will be getting -3 for attacking our overlord. Estate Satura rights to fix our crownland, so we'll be able to also sell the titles when we deal with the rebels. This is the event that you're always getting in early game as Denmark, +1 stability, very useful. We also build up whole army up to the limit of our manpower, because we need to get rid of the whole manpower before we leave this nation for AI. Sell titles to make the burghers loyal, that gives us death cost. Get rid of this castle and start deving in this beautiful province with all of the mana that we are having. Developing this province is gonna be important because of 2 reasons. First of course, more money, more manpower, everything from this province. But more importantly, the more I dev over here, the higher crownland this nation is gonna have when I release it. A couple of things to do right now. We have 1.3 thousand ducats. That's enough to get our trade center to level 3. Unfortunately, I will not get a level 3, but at least level 2 will be very helpful with our income. Then we need to build up 2 additional troops to get rid of the whole manpower, get rid of the navy, get rid of the whole army. Then we need to cancel union with Sweden, cancel union with Norway, while for Holstein we'll make sure to keep them loyal by increasing loyalty with those 2 beautiful modifiers. This is all good to go right now. Let me go and release myself as Gotland, play as the release subject. That 635 is a very good ruler that we got. Lovely. And look, this is 100 of crownland, but it's gonna update in a couple of days. Before that happens, I will already take the power points from each of the estates, as well as cheaper advisors, because we have the free stability, better relations with the Catholics, supremacy of the crown, and prestige from these boys. To increase our income from trade, I'll also make the protect trade in the capital, start building the army, and I totally don't have sailors, but there's one simple trick. 870 sailors, and I'll start building 2 transport ships and soon also the trade ships. You see, this got updated to 51, so it's still very beautiful, and I can right now simply seize land to keep it high, get the manpower mission, it doesn't really matter, and take the 1% loans, so we have money to build more of the ships. Theoretically it's saying that I'm gonna go bankrupt because I can take 3 loans, but if you wait a month tick, you'll see that it's not even close to the truth, because we don't have the trade income, and the trade income is super high, it's 1.6, so I can take 76 loans, not 3 loans. With 3 of balance, I can also go and take at least 2 advisors. Let me take the diplomatic one for the trade, focus on admin, and I'll also get more of them when I earn money for that. Denmark is already bankrupt, and Holstein is loyal, but barely. About us, we need to find potential nations to support our independence, and that's ideally England, and I pretty much want only England, because Sweden will want those provinces in the independence war. Of course, Sweden and Norway are already fighting each other. When I see this button, I feel beautiful love. Only 32 days left, I can take the 4th Architect, even though my country just got created like 2 years ago. Truce with Denmark ended, which means we can ask who support independence from England. And is anyone else actually willing to help us? Not so much, but it doesn't matter because all we need is England. So let's go and have fun. Munich will help them, but England is gonna be more important here. Declare the war. Yeah, that got our stability back to 0, but I can increase it to 1 and still have a lot of mana. And we need to get access from Sweden to start coming towards... Okay, Mr. England, I need you on the continent, not in Gotland. So please attach to my army and we can go together take care of them. Can I wipe them? Because I scorched Earth in Blekinge. They'll be here on 3rd and... okay, 31st March. Yes. This is good, because if I siege time everything correctly, we might even block them from going anywhere, because they don't have any navy. And England is finally coming from the second side. You know what? Maybe this time we'll just go for the manpower. No, I'll just go for the tax meta, boys. That's gonna be the tax meta moment. And right now actually we earn more from tax than we do from production or trade. As I'm planning to join HRE, let me start improving relations with Austria already. From Denmark I'm taking all of the islands for ourselves, max money and war operations, and of course being independent. This is gonna be no coalition. Let me send the peace deal. I took only the islands because remember, we want to be a pirate republic. Yes, I got the hoist the black flag. To do it I need more ships, I need more trade power in Baltic Sea, pirate trade power, and I need 2 stability. And to join the HRE, we will need 137 relations with Austria, as well as capital over here. But before I move capital over here, we need to become the pirate, because it's far easier to get 10% pirates in Baltic Sea than in freaking Zlewikk, where there's far more competition with the trade power. I really don't have to care about my estates, because there will be no estates once I become the pirate republic, so let me just sell the titles. First idea group, we want to meme the pirate confederation. This is why obviously we will go for the maritime ideas. Boys, it's time. Let me start privateering the Baltic Sea, and with 17% of pirates I could hoist the black flag already. But before we do that, obviously it's time to exploit the hell out of our estates. So sell the titles, then I'll take my favorite monopoly, number 1. And now we are all ready to hoist the black flag. So let me just go here, take this decision. It's gonna take 2 of our stability. Yarrrr! Faction takeover. This is a good faction, it's giving us the Republican tradition, so keep it on a high level. And in a second we should also have an election. And I want, obviously, to keep our current ruler. So he's gonna be 646 in fact. Anyway, let me take my ships and do what pirates do the best. So raid the coast. Yarrrr! Yarrrr! Yarrrr!
5 minutes later.
Ooh, 1 stability or papal influence. Actually, I'll go for the papal influence because that allows me to take another yearly Republican tradition bonus and also improve relations. Something that is really key for our future expansion. And we're not yet done with the raiding.
5 minutes later.
Okay, this is it. Now we have 500 ducats that we could spend to repay the loans, but no, I'll build the marketplace in Zealand as well as in Gotland, and what we need to do, we need to change our capital to Zealand. That costs 200 power points, it's fine, so we can join the HRE. Welcome. Now our main node just moved to Zlewikk, so let's see how it's gonna affect our income. Now it's only 1.8, but let me start protecting my trade in Zlewikk. That's far better, 2.7, and also in here let me also protect the trade, so that's gonna be even higher. Just keep in mind it also decreased because we no longer have a trade efficiency bonus from the estates, which hurts obviously, but still it's a decent number. Now for the naval doctrine, I'll go for the ship trade power bonus. I just noticed that our ruler is also giving value with the tradition. The only issue is he's 64 years old, so I'm not gonna keep him for long. But as long as I'm keeping him, I'm actually getting enough Republican tradition to keep it around 100 every election. Accept the Danish culture, that's of course really one of the keys to even increase our statistics, and we have the second government reform unlocked. That's the choice between privateer efficiency, national sailors, not so important, but yearly republican tradition, and of course we are going for the yearly republican tradition, which is currently 2.2. Just 50 ducats for the institution. This is what we love, and can be not only up to date with the text, but also more innovativeness for us. It's time to attack Volgast, and I'm gonna promise Brandenburg some land, just to make sure that we're gonna win this war, and let's start landing in the Stralsund. Of course, the navy is right away completely destroyed. And Stralsund is the only province that we need in this war. This is the only trade center that they have. Okay, so I want Stralsund and Rügen for ourselves. That's no aggressive expansion. I could even take everything from them. Money, war reparations, send the peace, and we'll be fixing those wars, obviously, but most importantly, we got another trade center. Ah, shit. Our 66 ruler is dying, but he's 72 years old, so he served the country well. I'm just gonna keep this event for 3 months, and then I'll click the second option as we are filling the maritime ideas. Third guard reform, we want to shorten the election time to quicker improve bonuses of our leader. Ah, Mr. Denmark, it's time for the full annexation. Absolutely no expansion for that. You can see that we are still very good with those, and we are nicely uniting the lands around the Zlewikk trade node. This gives us a range to raid the Netherlands. That's so much money. It's also time for the 7th deck, which is new idea group, and that's, I'm not so sure what's gonna be. I'm really thinking about the eco ideas to go total pirate gameplay. And that's, I think, what I'm gonna do. The last maritime idea is privateer efficiency, which will very soon try out some bigger trade node. But before that, we need a flagship, right? So I'm gonna build a flagship that is a heavy ship with trade ship per fleet, fleet morale, and fleet engagement with. Sweden is called blocking us with alliances, but they are dwarf Moscow, so I'm using that they're busy to attack first for Stettin, and also in a second Mecklenburg, because they cannot help in a war if they are already at war with me. Mecklenburg provinces weren't that important, but what I want from Stettin, so the capital, is gonna be the key over here. I just need to wait, yes, I think 1 year tick, so the expansion goes down, and I can deal without fighting any coalition. I'm not so sure how international community will react on this, but we are gonna fund the pirate national bank, and to take it I'll go for interest per annum, and this is simply because our inflation is absolute zero, and I finally can take gov capacity, because remember, Pirate Republic is having states governing cost plus 75%, so even though we don't have that many states, we are close to the gov cost limit. Right now it increased, so I can state another provinces. And I'm using war against Norway to humiliate Hamburg, because this will allow me not only to take tons of the money in the peace deal, also right now we have 3 perks in Age of Discovery, which allows me to start the golden era of piracy in Europe. Full annexation of Norway is not much of AE, and this allows me to claim provinces of Scotland, so I have a good position to go into England very soon once I break my alliance with them. I'm also using this war to get a province in France as one of the first steps to get to the Mediterranean to raise the hell out of them. You can see that's no aggressive expansion. I could even take more, but there's absolutely no need for that. Just take this province, full money, and also some boosts to our prestige by breaking the relations. Away from Scotland, obviously I'm just gonna fully annex them. It's raiding time, it's 560 on ducats. Let's see how much we can save through the raiding. I think 400 ducats is not really bad. As I'm hitting meal points cap, there's no sense to go and take the tech so ahead of time. Instead, I'm gonna dev with my meal points up to 20, up to 10, this is 26 already. All of the states focusing on those that are having already the prosperity. I sent all of my ships to privateer English channel. That's 33% that we are privateering, which is giving us currently 4.5 spoils of war. I could increase it with this beauty, but for now I prefer to keep the improved relation bonus. Beautiful borders with Sweden. I'm pretty much taking everything in the Zlewikk node for ourselves, including Holstein, which they took from another nation. That's gonna be a lot of, I guess, expansion, but I'm not really scared about those tiny nations joining the coalition. The last eco idea is not only 20% dev cost, but also sailors and marines limit. Not really useful bonus for us, but what you do for the memes. It's time for some card houses. Cav capacity is still not bad, but I don't have that much space. I mean, I stayed one or two more states and I'm out, and I still want to develop. Remember, we're playing tall. We devved the hell out of our provinces already. This is why I'm gonna go and take the mission for the construction cost and time, build buildings as well, and I'm gonna use that to get the card houses everywhere. And the last step that I want to do today to complete this video is to beat the English Navy. This is why I'm gonna break my alliance with them and try allying Castile instead. Deving up to 20 because it costs us absolutely nothing, and we are bracing the hyper tall pirate meta. That was a quick way to become a great power, for now number 8, but we are getting started. This is probably the most important reform for pirates, the ward against the war doctrine. That will give us casus belli in every single nation in the world. Let me take it and take a look right now that if I attack, for example, Zlewikk, this was 75% cost for the provinces and 75% aggressive expansion impact that you're gonna get. Let me call Brandenburg into this. Good thing is that when there's an OPM with the religion center, simply clicking to force religion is gonna get rid of this religion center, so they will not convert any other of our provinces. Let me just do that, take the whole trade power, and we'll wait for them to accept this peace deal. Mr. England, let's go. I will go for the war against the world. Just declare Brandenburg will protect us in the homeland, while I'll be focusing on getting England down. Let's go. And of course we want to we want to completely destroy the British Navy. That was 6 heavy ships that we was that all heavy ships they have? They have one more heavy ship. Good. Hello there, Mr. England. Bye bye, Mr. England. No more trade ships. And you know what I can do? Raid the hell out of them. How many ships more you have left? Almost nothing. I absolutely love it. France just attacked Castile. This is unfortunate, but I guess they don't need my help.
Oh no!
Anyway, it's time to check the army quality of the English army. And they should have attacked them in Dumfries, but that was just a misclick that I attacked them here. But still, we should easily win that. They will run... Yes, they will be one day too late to reinforce it, which means I'll be defending on -2. Which is just perfect, and I have no chance of winning that. Perfection. First things first, I want to carpage all of the northern lands, so they'll leave me alone there, and then we'll start going south. As I'm not seeing any forts down, I'll just start privateering the English Channel with this whole navy. Theoretically, we are highly outnumbered over here by the Brits. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go and start in Cumbria with my Merc stack. With this 31k, 34k, we just go and try wiping. Really, they will be here? I'll be one day too late. One day too late. Never mind, we just baited them to attack us on -1. So that should be an easy battle, even though they still outnumber like hell. It was an easy one. And with whole Ireland down and whole Scotland down, we already have 30% of the war score. Now we have to focus on getting London. How is your economy, England? I've heard it decreased. This is gonna be a nasty peace deal against England. All of those provinces are going to us. That's 94 IRS expansions, so not that much. France could join the coalition, but they are already at war with us, so it doesn't matter. Gotland on the players map mode is you looking just perfect. I can also unlock my third idea group, and it doesn't really matter at this level what we are gonna take. So I'm just gonna go and take the trade ideas to control the nodes that we are dealing with. Castile, even without our help, very easily is winning this war. And first trade idea group is giving me a merchant from my national ideas, which I can send to English channel, so instead of privateering, I'll protect straight over there. That shouldn't be a significant amount of the money because of our overextension, but let's see how it's gonna change the income. That's actually a decent amount of money that we are earning over here, and I'm really looking forward how it's gonna work without the overextension. So now our trading is 31, and this nation is just perfect to continue and get the achievement, which is the Iron Prize. So restore the Nanelo region in Danish rule and make it Danish culture. This is gonna be super easy, and we can do it as Gotland. So guys, if you hit 4,000 likes on this video, I'm gonna continue and do one more episode of this series, uniting Europe under the pirate rule, terrorizing everyone, and just getting the pure enjoyment of the gold of the European nations. For today, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel to get notified about the new videos, and I'm gonna see you very soon.